Welcome back, guys. So this year I am going to be trying something new. Instead of going around and eating food, I am going to try and cook them at home. Now here on the first episode, I am cooking for you one of my most favorite Chinese dishes, which is Shao Rou, red braised pork. This, so I've heard, was one of Chairman Mao's most favorite dishes in the world. So in this episode, watch me attempt this at home. It is Shao Rou, red braised pork, a lovely traditional Chinese dish. Why have I chosen to choose this dish? Well, to be honest, it's one of my favorite Chinese dishes. Having lived in China for more than a decade, having Shao Rou either for lunch or at a nice dinner party with friends and family, it's a solid dish. So it's quite a simple dish from what I've read. Now, I've only attempted this once before, and we'll see how it goes here on camera. So quite simple. I have with me some oil, rock salt to caramelize the bits of pork. I have here my pork. These are pork soft bones, so they're perfect for braising and stewing. I have dark soy, light soy, and Shao Xing wine. Now, I also have here some garlic and onion, just simple aromatics. Now, here, the first thing in the process, so I have here some boiling water. I have added some ginger, aromatics, and also some Shao Xing cooking wine. Now to that, I am going to add our bits of pork. They have already been sliced up and they're cubed. So adding all of that in. This is what it looks like. Why am I adding the pork into this pot of boiling water? Reason being, this will be the first cook. We are trying to release or extract all the impurities. As you see, the water was clear before. Now you can see there's a bit of, I'm not sure what the word is, I'll say impurities. They are floating to the top. So I will bring this to the boil and then I will drain out the water, put the pork aside while I caramelize the rock sugar. Now, as you can see, after a minute, there has been some impurities that have floated to the top. Now, we're not cooking the pork, we're basically blanching it very, very quickly to make sure that all these impurities are taken out. Now, once this is done, it basically took 1 to 2 minutes. I am going to take the pork here. Oof, watch out, it's hot. So we have drained the stock and we are left with the pork pieces and we're running it under cold water to get rid of excess impurities. Okay, so now we're back here to the stove top. To that, I've just quickly washed the pot of all the impurities from the pork, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Now, to the vegetable oil, as you see, it's heating up. Let's turn it up a bit. Okay. To the vegetable oil, I am going to be adding these rock salt to create a, I don't know what it's called, a caramel sauce. So after a minute or two, once I've added the rock salt to the hot oil, as you can see, it has turned into this lovely orange-red caramel. Now this here, I'll keep cooking it for a bit more. And then to that, I will add back the pork pieces. Now, you better watch out once it goes in. Now, carefully mix your pork pieces into the red caramel. Be careful because pretty hot caramel, if it does hit your skin, you will not have a good time. Lovely. You can see that the pieces of pork are getting nice and coated in it. Also, one thing to note here, Hong Shao Rou is made normally with pork belly. I didn't have pork belly, I just had these pork stew bones in the fridge, so that's what I'm using today. Of course, a tablespoon of that. A tablespoon of our light soy sauce. Remember, light soy is a bit more saltier than dark soy. Dark soy gives it that nice deep umami flavor. And I am going to be adding some of our Shao Xing wine. A tablespoon of that as well. Now I'm going to coat everything in it, let it to simmer off for a bit so that the Shao Xing wine flavor can also cook properly so it doesn't get too concentrated. Let the alcohol cook out. Also adding our garlic and ginger, our aromatics, and let's give that a stir. Now, as you can see, our pork pieces are lovely, coated with the sauce that we have made, soy sauce, dark soy, light soy, Shao Xing wine. It's slowly cooking off. And just standing over here, you can smell the aromas from the ginger and garlic, and also a bit of sweetness from the rock salt that we caramelized earlier. Now the final step here, I will just be adding some water. I'll add about 500 ml to cover, make sure the pork is fully submerged. Perfect. Just make sure, move your pork around so that it's all fully submerged. If there's any bits on the side, try and scrape them off because that's where all the flavor is. Okay, now all the hard work has been done. So after making the braising liquid, the braising sauce, we're going to leave with the lid on here, leave it to boil. It's on its lowest heat now. Leave it to boil for at least 45 minutes to an hour until it is fork tender. So that's one of the great things that I really love about this. The preparation time, it basically almost takes, I don't know, 10 minutes. And then you can leave it, you can go off, do your chores, clean your house, walk your dog, do some work, leave it for an hour, and then you come back and check on it. Now I'm gonna be checking on it every 10 minutes or so to give it a little mix, and also to make sure that the liquid hasn't fully evaporated, because if it does, then it starts burning. So I will come back. If need be, I will top it up with a bit of water or leave the lid open to let some of the steam escape. And then after 45 minutes to an hour, it should be ready. Now, the first time that I came across Hong Shao Rou would have at least been, I don't know, 2010 or 2011. I was studying in Tianjin, Tianjin Daxue in Beijing at Beijing Keji Daxue. And most of the times when we would have student class parties, Hong Shao Rou would always be on the menu. It would be one of the Judao Cai, one of the main meals. And that is where I was introduced to it. And I would always expect it and always loved it when I had it. I remember one of my teachers at the time introducing it as one of Mao Zedong's favorite meals. Mao Zedong apparently really loved Hong Shao Rou. So I'm going to be reading just a bit here from online. So many Chinese provinces have slightly different variations, but the Hunan version, often called Mao's family style red braised pork, Mao Shi Hong Shao Rou, is often said to have been one of Mao Zedong's favorite dishes, and is served at many Hunan restaurants across China, specializing in the so-called Mao-style cuisine. So, yeah, just remembering back to when one of my teachers introduced to us, to my class, that Mao Zedong loved red braised pork, that always stuck with me. And whenever I would be eating Shao Rou with anybody, I would always make sure to mention that this was Mao Zedong's, one of Mao Zedong's favorite dishes. Now, there is another red braised pork called Dong Po Rou. It's quite similar, but I'm not too sure exactly what the differences are. It's both red braised, it is braised for quite a while, and is made with pork belly. So if you do know what the difference between Shao Rou and Dong Po Rou is, please do leave a comment in the comment section below. Okay, so guys, it's been about 1 hour and we're coming back to check on our Shao Rou. Let's take the lid off. Oh, the smell's really, really good. You can smell the soy. The Shao Xing wine has been cooked off, so it doesn't have that harsh alcoholic taste to it. You can smell the sweetness from the caramelized rock salt that we did earlier on. Oh, it's so good. The water has definitely reduced a bit. I'd say by 2/3. Now you can see well, from what I watch in chef shows, what they say is the sauce should coat the back of a spoon, or in this case, this spatula. Now, what I'm going to do to help thicken up the sauce, I have done a slurry. What is a slurry? So a slurry is basically cornstarch, or in my case, tapioca starch with water. And this here should help thicken our Shao gravy. And pour that in. So once it hits the gravy should start thickening up. So I'm just gonna give it a few more, just mix it around, get all of that in. Oh, you can see, so you see this here, this bone was attached to meat. It's been cooking for an hour, and now the meat is so tender, the bone's falling off. So that is that's a good sign. That's what we want to see in our cooking here. All right, I'm gonna let this, now I put the slurry in, I'm going to let it thicken up for a bit, so lid back on. Okay guys, so we're back now. So our cooking process has all been done. After I added the slurry, I let it cook on for a few more minutes, and then I turned it off so that it can cool down. Let's see how it's going. Oh, perfect. As you can see, the slurry has really helped. You can see there's a nice glossy sheen. That's always a good sign of a good sauce. So it's not as watery as it was. It's clinging to the spoon just a bit more. I quite like it this way. I don't want it a bit too thick. If you want it more thicker than this, like a gravy, then you can add in more corn flour slurry, or a starch with water, a slurry, to help thicken it up. For me, this is quite perfect. So now I am going to plate this up, and then we'll see how it tastes. Okay, so here we have some steamed rice. It's brown rice. Man's on a diet, so he's eating brown rice these days. Okay, let's get a few of the amazing pieces of pork. You can just see how soft and tender that is. The meat is pulling away from the bone. After an hour and a bit of cooking, it is all nice and cooked. Everything's nice and tender. I'll get a bit of that sauce over the rice as well, because this is where the magic is. It smells really, really good. The aromatics of the ginger, garlic, especially the ginger, you can smell it coming through. Both the soy, the dark and light soy sauces, really amazing. Oh, I can't wait to dig into this. Okay, so let's just show you. Okay, here we go. Here is our final product. Your Shao Rou, red braised pork. So, as you can see, oh, look at that. Look how it's steaming. The meat is so tender. Look at that. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, let's have a bite into it. That meat is so tender. It literally just came away so quickly. Now, some rice with the braised sauce. Oh, that's really good. That's really flavorful. It's not too salty. It's got the umami from the soy sauce. There's still a little bit of sweetness there from when we caramelized the rock salt in the beginning. But this is definitely one of my favorite Chinese meals. Lovely Hong Shao Rou. And it's so easy to make. You only have about 6 or 7 ingredients. The prep time to make it is about 10 minutes once everything is in the pot. You let it go for an hour or even more depending on how soft you like your meat. This is the right texture that I like my meat. If I had let it go even further, cooked for maybe an hour and a half or maybe even 2 hours, then it would be really, really soft and it would literally fall off the bone. That's really good. If you've enjoyed this new segment that I am starting, please do let me know in the comments of any Chinese dishes that you would like me to attempt cooking here at home. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and stay on for some more videos in future. Thank you very much.